Okay, today in our camera series, we're looking at the Cine Kodak 8 Model 25. This is a motion picture camera, a handheld motion picture camera. It features the, there we go, features the Kodak Anastigmat lens, a fixed lens with the f-stop set at 2.7, and it's a 13mm lens. Made in the USA by Eastman Kodak Company, the original Kodak company, of course, in Rochester, New York. Now for indoors, we're going to go ahead and manually set the f-stop right here. Manually set this there we go. Manually set the f-stop to 8. On this side we have the compartment release, close and open. Here we have just a visual reminder of how to set your shutter, your shutter opening, your f-stop. So today we're going to be using double 8mm roll colored movie film, type A for movie light. Movie light is bright light, tantamount to a clear sun. So we're going to rotate this dial here for our universal guide. So we're going to do normal clear sun, and that tells us we have to be between 8 and 11 on our f-stop. It's not exactly sunny in here with my lighting, so I just set it to 8 just to be safe. So that's everything on that side. On this side we have how much film is left. A little view optic here for how much film is left on the roll. This is our start button here. You just slowly press it down, or you can click it into place for continuous recording. And this is our like the motor wind. That's, you wind this, and the mechanism inside rotate the film over behind the lens, and you can make your movie. Okay, so we'll just leave that up. We're going to need that. Also, on this one, you have a viewfinder that comes from the handle. If you just look right here, here's the eye. Here's your eye-opening piece, and here's your viewfinder at the very front here. The viewfinder does have a little notch here on the right-hand side to help you keep just above center, the alignment just above center. Okay, so just going to slide the tab open, and here's the inside of it. Thankfully, this camera did come with the extra spool that this film comes on. So when we place the film here, we're gonna feed it all the way over to right here. And okay, I do have to wind it a little bit. Okay, I should just set that out of the way. Let's open up our film. Now this film has expired, I believe, in 1973. So we're not going to worry about exposing the film or anything like that. Just going to use it just for an example on how to load it, how to use it. Ooh, rusty. It even comes with some instructions on the inside, but because it's so rusted out, it even comes with some instructions on the inside, but because it's so rusted out, we're not even gonna worry about that. All right, now let's see. Oh, they use gaffer's tape to close it. That's nice. It's very old-fashioned of them. Now, I believe, ideally, you're going to do this in a dark room when you load your film, because I believe as soon as I open this, I'm going to expose all the film. And here we go. No, we did not. Thankfully, we did not expose the film, except for what's on the very inside there. is to replace this band after film has been exposed. Okay. But we do have a very nice little spool here that we get to keep regardless. So we're just going to take that off. That's for labeling purposes. And where is our... Okay. So here's how we're going to do this. Take our camera. We slide that down. Slide our film spool right into place. Assuming it wants to go in place. Let's see here. What is the issue? Oh, we have a little bit of film on the inside that's sticking down that we got to release out of the way. There we go. Okay, so we put it in. It's only going to fit in one way because the tab here is notched. Okay, it did take a little finesse to get that spool in there correctly. I did have to break off one of the plastic tabs inadvertently when I put it in there. And then we have to dig out the film a little bit right here. We're going to unwind it a little, get some grip on it. Now I believe I have the film going in the right direction. I believe I have the film going in the right direction. We're going to feed it right through here. Ooh, it's going to be a little tricky, but okay, we got this. There we go. And it should just... It should just catch, and the machine should do the rest for us. Oh, we got a little hiccup here. So all we do is just wind it back. Nope, not gonna let us wind it back. Okay. Oh, I'm glad I found this out now that was an issue. Let's see here. Okay. Going to guess that this closes over the film to help with the light, to help seal it. Nope, that's just a little shutter guard. Okay. Never mind. I see how it goes. Because here... Nope. Because here's our lens. Comes right through here. I can see a little notch on the inside where the light's going to come through. Okay. Okay, it's important to note that these little spines here do go in the holes in the film that are going to help hold the film in place and make sure that it goes at a consistent rate and properly moving along in front of the lens, or behind the lens, I'm sorry. Let's wind it just a little more. Okay. Go ahead and pull it through as best we can. Keep it inside of our little holders here. Go ahead and wind it a little more. Get some more slack on it. Now this little tool right here, it does keep the film down. It keeps it from unwinding as it rolls. So if we go like this, you know, there we go. That is the feature of that. It just keeps it pressed down to unwind it, so it does not unwind as we go along. Then we take this spool out here. Little slot right on the inside there we're going to stick our film into. Might have to rotate the camera a little bit. There we go. There we go. Just sticks right in there. Hopefully it'll stay in place. Oh, I forgot to put it over that. I'm so silly. So I do need a little more slack. There we go. Okay. No problem. It's a learning experience for me as well. Okay, I see that that is all lining up properly. Need to get this in here. Okay, turn it back on its side. Now see, this says right here, when on this spool, film is only half exposed. So what that means is 8mm film is actually 16mm film, but 8mm film can use it twice. You use it once and the camera only films, it only exposes half of the frame. Half of the frame vertically, so then you flip it when you're done, and then you film it again for another, well, twice the amount. This is 25 feet, so we're going to get 50 feet of film out of it. And messed up a little bit. There we go. Need to make sure that it fits in there correctly, and let's see how it does. Let's see if I set this up correctly. Let's see. It should just come through here all the way around, only it's not. I may have fed it through here wrong, but it's not catching right here the way it should be. So let's see. Nope, and I loaded that wrong somehow as well. Oh, I see what I did wrong. Okay. Let's take this back out. Make sure this film. See, now we're on the actual film that I'm exposing here. Okay, so let's push it back in there. Looks like what I have to do is also feed it in here. Oh, I see. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut it. Cut it to form. So thankfully I have my little X-Acto knife tool here, which cuts very, very precisely, very nicely. Okay, so I line it up with these right here. Make sure it's all lined up in front of the lens there. There we go. Make sure that's lined up. And just then we use our little tool here and fish it back out as gently as we can. Okay, so here's one of my clay sculpting tools. Very useful for fishing things out. Let's see, I gotta have to do a little maintenance here. Okay, I'm going to try that one more time. So we're going to cut this down, cut the film down one more time. No wonder this went out of style. You know, I just cannot get the... just cannot get the film to stay right where it belongs right there. It's very unfortunate. Wind it a little more. Okay, let's try this very, very gently. Nope. Okay. Starting to think maybe this actually does go right here. Okay, I finally got it loaded in there after about 20 minutes off camera. Now there is, I don't know for sure if I loaded this correctly, but here's my blank film on this spool. I have it feeding through this motor here, through between the motor plate and the lens here, down, following this little white arrow, around this little spinning gear here, feeding up through here, and another little white arrow behind this spool, right into the film. Now the film will be rolling on there backwards, which concerns me, but I haven't really been able to visualize how this is exactly supposed to work. So, you can go ahead and close, well, actually I will give you a demo before we close it up. Make sure everything is pressed down correctly, wind it up, and okay, we are still at 25 feet of film. Again, this is our on switch, and let's see how it works. Okay, now it got caught up right here because the film not seem to be... This is supposed to turn as well. This mechanism, I thought, yeah, it's supposed to be turning it right in here, but it's not. So, make sure it's tight, I suppose. It is very tight, okay. Everything is on the spool the way it should be. Let's go ahead and just a little bit at a time. It's almost like the resistance of the film is keeping it from spinning correctly, because I do have a bit of resistance when I'm trying to spin it right here. I was looking for a way to reverse the way that this spins so that I can put the film in a way that it's not backwards here. Similar to how 35mm SLR cameras are set up. You just have a button and it reverses the spin of the film, but I do not see it on here. So because of my unfamiliarity with these, I honestly don't know what I'm doing wrong here. But you can see right here, I don't believe I have to feed it underneath this right here. That's what this little plate is for, is to keep it on this assembly right here as it goes through. Thank God this went out of fashion. This was a total fail. Well, for now, until I can figure out how exactly that works, we're just going to close it on up. You know what? And we're not going to worry about it for right now. Okay, my suspicions were founded. I had to look up a little bit. I was loading the film backwards, or upside down rather. I do need the light brown strip of the film to pass in front, not the dark brown. I don't know what I was thinking. Of course I need the emulsified side to pass in front of the lens. And then I realized also that these tabs lift so that I don't have to run the motor to feed it. So, we got that all handled. Come right back here and load up the empty spool. See, I knew I was doing something wrong, but that's okay. I need to do a little more actually. And there's that 8mm sound we all love. That manual film. that little click. Now I do have this set to 16 frames a second. I can set it to, I believe, 8 frames and also 24 frames a second. But just for the sake of this video, I'm just going to do 8 frames. Okay, so here we go. Wasted about 1.5 foot of film, including, let's see, about 9 inches right here. So yeah, a little over 2 feet of film I've wasted trying to figure this out. But you know what? We figured it out. Okay, wasted about 2.5 feet or so of film trying to figure this out. Here's all my little scraps. Not too worried about it. Now, everything is set. All the little tabs are closed. And let's see, it should run. Yep, okay. Just gotta wind it a little more. Now it does default to 25 when you first load it on there. You're just gonna have to keep in mind that I have probably about 2 feet less than that. So that's about 15 seconds, maybe 10 seconds on the 16 frame. Alright, make sure that my f-stop is on 8. Now, of course, during this operation, normally, this is exposing the film right here. But just for the sake of showing that I did get it right, and this camera does actually work, here we go. Okay, what did I do wrong? Let's see. Alright, here we go. Oh, did I break it? Oh, no! No. I don't know why it's not working now. I really don't know. Let me see. Okay, all the tabs are in place. Maybe I tripped something when I took this off. Take off the cover. Let's find out. Nope. Okay, lens is fine. This piece only turns one way. Okay, it still works. Let's open it back up and make sure it still works. There we go. Perfect. Beautiful. Only took me literally an hour. Okay. Now I do notice that it is shredding the film just a little bit right here. Well, just on this little thing right here. It is shredding the film a little. I can see the little film dust right there. So let's just, I went ahead and took off the torque a little bit. I messed up. Okay. That's okay. There we go. Okay, did it by itself. So that is the normal amount of tension on there. It's a little bit loose now. I messed up when I originally put it in there. But okay, there's the camera. There we go. This is the Cine Kodak 8 Model 25. Cine Kodak, movie, motion picture camera made by Kodak. 8's for 8mm. Model 25 is 25-foot reels, and this was made in 1932. So there you go. Finally got something to work.